Hey everyone, so I got a video I know a lot of you guys wanted to see. We're going to be looking at the best that Sony has to offer versus the best that Samsung has to offer. So on the left here is the Sony Xperia X Performance, and on the right is the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. So like all my other speed tests, going to start this off by powering both these on at the same time. So one of the first things you'll notice here is that on the X Performance, the fingerprint scanner is located right here where the power button is. And on the Galaxy Note 7, it's located here on the home button. So both these are on the latest version of Marshmallow for their respective phones. I did apply the day one update to the Verizon phone. So wow, yeah, the Note 7 getting off to a really quick start here. Really fast loading up. And I do have a lot planned for this video. Going to be looking at fingerprint scanner. Going to be looking at a bunch of apps. Going to be looking at AnTuTu. Going to be looking at the volume. Going to be looking at, let's see, looking at web browsing. There's really a lot stacked up for this. Also, camera speed test. Alright. Actually, I'll give you a little bit more tour of the phone. So on the back here, you see that the Note 7 is made of glass. Both are really high quality material. The X Performance is made of metal. So brushed aluminum look on the back here. Personally, I really like the design of both the phones. At the bottom, so you see here, you have micro USB on the X Performance and USB Type-C on the Note 7. Also on the Note 7, you do have this speaker at the bottom. And on the X Performance, you have dual front-facing speakers. Also, you do have a camera button here on the X Performance. And the volume rocker is located here on the Note 7. And here on the X Performance. And then you do have on the X Performance, you have the headphone jack right here. And on the Note 7, it's located at the bottom. Alright guys, let's go get started. Just going to close out of everything on these. Alright. Let's load up Temple Run 2. So let me see if I can put the brightness a little bit on the X Performance. Alright, so Temple Run 2. Alright, so a tad bit faster here on the X Performance. Let's go ahead and look at some other apps. We'll be getting to Chrome in a minute. Let's look at CNN. Wow, really close there. Look at settings. Again, pretty close. Let's look at iFunny. So faster there on the X Performance. YouTube. Again, faster on the X Performance. Calculator. Very close. Clock. Again, really close. Let's look at ESPN. Okay, now this is odd. I've been having this issue with a lot of... So let me just bring it up. Having this issue with ESPN on some of my phones, not sure why. So if I just go to ESPN, which I have right here. Yeah, so you see I did download this from the Play Store. It is the latest version. So not quite sure why that's happening, but happened with the OnePlus 3 as well. Alright, but nonetheless, let's look at some other apps. So we'll do eBay next. Really close. Photos. Alright, that looked faster on the Note 7. And then let me bring up that AnTuTu benchmark that I ran earlier. So you see here on the Note 7 a score of 143,000 versus 138,000 on the X Performance. Now 143,000, this is the highest that I've ever seen. So I'll bring up the rankings on both. See, not a big difference, but still really, really impressive. You see there above the OnePlus 3. And then the X Performance placing dirt on the list. Go into detail. So yeah, spec-wise, both these are pretty similar. Both have a Snapdragon 820. Now the X Performance only has 3 GB of RAM versus 4 on the on the Note 7. But aside from that, pretty similar specs. So the screen size on this is 5.7 versus 5.0. This is also Quad HD, while this is 1080p. Now the front-facing camera is 13 megapixels on the X Performance versus 5 on the Note 7. And the rear facing is 12 megapixels. This is by Sony. The extra camera on the Samsung is by Sony versus 23 on the X Performance. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring up, I guess we'll do Chrome next. Gotta say, I think that the X Performance is doing pretty well so far. Alright, so we're just going to look at, so we'll do Nintendo first. Yeah, I do gotta say, guys, so I've had the S7 Edge, the predecessor to the Note 7 for a while, and I do really love the S7 Edge. X Performance I love as well. Possibly my 2 favorite phones on the market. Well, okay, so that was really fast on both. I think maybe a little bit faster on the Note 7. Let's do IGN. Alright, so again, really, really fast on both. Maybe a tad bit faster on the Note 7. Let's do Yahoo. I think that was a little bit faster on the X Performance. And what do you know, a Sony story right there, and then let's do Yahoo. Oh, sorry, was that what was just on? Alright, sorry about that, guys. Let's do CNN, I meant. Alright, so a little bit faster there on the X Performance. I think pretty mixed bag there for the web browsing, but obviously both extremely fast. Alright, so we'll look at the fingerprint scanner on both. So again, guys, fingerprint scanner on the Note 7 is located right here. Now I want to note that I actually just set up the fingerprint scanner really quickly here on the Note 7. So it might not be registering that well yet. Yeah, I'll try it with my right hand. Yeah, see, actually this is something that's kind of difficult. So on the X Performance, I guess you can maybe set it up with this finger, but you really have to hold it in your right hand. Let me try a little bit more with my right hand on here. yeah, as I did my left hand fingerprint in like 2 seconds just for this video. But as you can see, really fast, really reliable. One on the S7 Edge, really fast as well. Alright, and let me show you on the X Performance. This is a big step up from the Z5. Personally though, I don't like it as much as on the S7. It's on the Samsung series. As you see there, sometimes it stutters a little bit, but still a big step up from the Z5. Alright, and so we'll look at camera speed next. So both these have Sony sensors. Let's see. Both on the same settings. Now this is 12 megapixels on the Note 7 versus 23. So let me try maybe moving this down as much as I can. We'll do 16 by 9. I think for 16 by 9 the best I can do is, well, let me see. Yeah, so you see picture size here. I want to have them on similar resolution. Maybe I'll do 4:3, 8 megapixel. Yeah, whatever. I'll just do the max on both. I'll just do 23 versus 12. So in theory, the Galaxy should be a little bit quicker, but we'll see. And I will have much more in-depth camera videos than this, but again guys, just to test out the speed. Alright, that was weird, not sure why the Xperia just did that. Alright. See a little glitch there guys. Not going to censor anything for you. If there's an issue with the phone, then you'll see it. Although that's really rare, never happened to me before. Alright, so it looks a little bit faster on the Samsung. Both taking pictures pretty quickly though. And then let's have a look at the sound. So I think that the Note 7 is going to be a little bit louder. We'll see though. Maybe not as good quality since you just have the one speaker at the bottom versus dual front facing on the X Performance, but test this out. Alright, so you see you have TouchWiz on the Samsung, so a little bit different setting here. Okay, yeah, so this is the screen I want. We'll do media volume first. Alright, so obviously pretty different sounds here. Yeah, so the Note 7 is definitely louder. I don't think the quality is quite as good, but it's louder. Let me just go over some of the other specs on the phones. So I already mentioned both a Snapdragon 820, 4 versus 3 GB of RAM. Internally, you're getting 64 GB of micro SD card support versus either 32 or 64. On the X Performance also has micro SD card support. The battery on the Note 7 is 3500 capacity versus 2700 on the X Performance. Now, as I mentioned, obviously both have fingerprint scanners, but Note 7 does have this new iris scanner, which we'll be testing out in videos. Apparently, it's a lot more secure than just using a fingerprint. Yeah, again, USB Type-C versus micro USB. Both are waterproof, so obviously I really love that feature. Great to have. And also, so the X Performance is a couple $100s cheaper. Going to run you around $600 versus around $800 to $900 for the Note 7. So another cool feature on Note 7, it has this always on display. And also has this pen at the bottom. Bring that out. So just for example, if I want to just write a note like, you know, get milk, want to send a reminder, I can do that. I can save it. I mean, that's a pretty cool feature. This is my first Note phone, so I haven't used it a lot. I haven't used the pen a lot, but so far it seems pretty cool. Alright guys, so a little bit of a long video, but hope you enjoyed it. Thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe if you aren't already. And let me know in the comment section what video you want to see next.